Hey y'all, welcome back to another doll ranking video. Today we're going to be finishing up the LOL OMGs. This is part 2. I will have part 1 linked in the description and then also in the cards up here. So if you haven't seen that one already, it's not like strictly necessary to understand what's happening in this video for you to watch that one, but I would encourage you to watch it because, I mean, that's part 1, so usually it does come before part 2, and I do cover half of the OMGs that I am, like, planning to rank in this duo of videos in that video, so, like, you're missing out on half the content if you don't see that one. But yeah, today we are going to be doing part 2, just like with the first one. I won't be doing any of the fierce dolls because I do count those as kind of like their own separate line, like they are different from OMGs, and there's only a few of them, so I'm not really missing out on much. And then I'm also not doing any of the budget dolls, like the swim dolls or like the lounge dolls, any of the slim box OMGs that come with very simplistic designs, because a lot of the times they are reused characters and then they do have more simplistic designs, and there's also so many of them that they would have to have their own part, and I just don't think that it would add that much or be that exciting, so I'm not doing those either in this video. And of course this is just my opinion, so if you totally disagree, it's all good, no hard feelings, like we just think different things about different dolls. Wow, there's so much to say. Last things though are, if you enjoy the video, if you could give it a like, that's very helpful to me. And if you're new here and you like what you see, definitely subscribe so that you can see more of it. But with all of that out of the way, I'm finally done talking about, you know, less important things. We can go ahead and get to ranking the dolls. Okay, so as always, I am doing my ranking in Procreate, and just to go over the tiers again really quickly, top tier is OMG because the pun is right there. Then we have cute and good but not for me. That's a category for dolls that I can objectively say have a good design, but just like don't really connect with me. Then we have mid, questionable, and absolutely not. I am going to go ahead and try to do this all on like the same chart as part 1. I don't know how successful we'll be, but we're going to make an effort. So this is where we left off on part 1. A decently even spread, definitely tending more towards the positive. Let's see if that stays the same today. So first off, we have Moonlight BB and then Vault Queen? I don't know her name. It is Vault Queen. Sorry, if you didn't see the last one, I'm really bad at OMG names, so probably won't be the only time that I mess up here. And I do have 2 dolls per layer because there are so many dolls to get through. So, Moonlit BB. I really like her, but like, also don't. I feel like I should like her, and I like a lot of things about her. I think her makeup is really cool. Her dress is super interesting and super fun. Like, I like all of these details. I don't like her hairstyle at all. Like, I just don't think that it matches the vibe of the dress. I'm not sure I feel like the shoes do either. I don't know. She's an interesting one because I feel like I should be unbelievably obsessed with this doll based on, like, my tastes. But for some reason, I'm just not. She still is really good. Like, she's definitely not a bad doll. So when I can get to the cute tier, she's going to go into cute. And then Vault Queen, those of you who have been around for a while have probably heard me say this before, but I am not a sports doll fan. I'm not really a sports fan. My husband has convinced me into liking football. It's just like, it's fun to watch the games with him, and so I've kind of gotten into that. But in general, I'm not really a sports person, so sports dolls aren't made for me, so I'm inherently going to rank any of the sports dolls on this list a little bit less favorably. So, getting back to this doll in particular, she's fine. Like, I think her makeup is cute, I like the ribbon she comes with, and I actually think her hairstyle is absolutely adorable with the beads, like, that's super precious. But, like, I just don't really care for her, to the point where I don't even feel like I can put her in good but not for me, because, like, she is fine. I'm sure that people like her. I don't know. I just don't particularly love it, so she's going to go into mid, and then we can move Moonlit BB up into cute. There's going to be a lot of rearranging here, so I am sorry in advance. Then we have Cheer Diva and Gamma Babe. I think that's her name. I'm so sorry. Again, with the sports dolls, like, I just don't get it. It looks like her bow and her hair is her hair. Someone who has this doll will have to confirm for me in the comments. But yeah, I don't know. Especially with cheer dolls, like, it's not that I have anything against cheer as a sport. Like, I understand you have to be very athletic to be able to do these things. But I feel like cheer dolls especially are made more than, like, any other sport type of doll. So I feel like they're just really overdone. Yeah, I don't feel super favorably, so she's gonna go into mid. Sorry. And then Gamma Babe, when this line first came out, she was one that I considered getting because I do think she has a lot of really, really cool elements to her design. Like, honestly, everything I think is super rad. The reason I didn't get her is because the hands she has are metallic, but then the rest of like the robot parts on her arm are sleeves, and so depending on how you pose her, the sleeves can look kind of weird because they don't blend in perfectly with the hands. I am fully aware that is an unbelievably specific complaint to have, and probably a very unreasonable complaint to have. I don't know why my brain is like this, and frankly, I wish it wasn't, but there's nothing I can do about that. So she is not going to go into OMG, but she is still going to go into cute because I do think she has an amazing design. I'm just really particular. Then we are on to Spirit Queen and Starlet. So Spirit Queen, I used to have her. I did end up selling this doll. I wanted to like her so badly, and like I feel like I should have liked her so much because I like the spooky themes. You know, I have a whole Monster High collection here. It's kind of something that I'm interested in. And I do think she has a lot of interesting pieces. I did keep a couple of them. But overall, I just couldn't get behind it. Like, her makeup is so cool. I hated this hairstyle. I'm sorry if you like it. I hated this so much. I restyled her, but I could never, like, get her to the point where I really, really liked her. I didn't at all like this weird little sparkly heart gem because it didn't match the vibe. Like, her vibe is not magical girl. It's spooky, you know? It didn't seem to work out. I think for me, the thing that I didn't like is that I don't think this pink color matches her skin tone. I think that if it were a slightly different pink, I would have been able to do something with her that I like a lot better. Again, I know that's a very specific complaint. I don't know. I really wanted to like Spirit Queen. I tried to like Spirit Queen, but in the end, I think that she's got a lot of interesting individual pieces, and I do think it's cool that you can kind of combine them. But I think the overall doll falls really flat, and she's going to pop into questionable. And then Starlet, I don't really know. Like, I know what they're trying to reference, and I think it's an interesting idea. And honestly, I think that it's an idea that OMG would do well with as a brand. I just don't think that this doll is as well executed as she could be. I know they all had, like, 2 outfits, and there was a lot of mix and matching and, like, almost transformative aspects. And frankly, I think that that's the problem. I think that they just bit off a little bit more than they could chew with this. I think if they had just done a pop art doll without the context of being part of this like movie line with different outfits and stuff like that, I think it would have been better. I think she's going to go into mid because I do think the color scheme is kind of fun and I appreciate the concept, but yeah, the execution just was not quite there for me. Then we have Misdirect and NYE, New Year's Eve Queen. Misdirect, I don't know. I guess there's nothing realistically wrong with her design, but much like sports dolls, I just don't particularly care for superhero dolls. I don't know, I said this in my doll haul that I did recently of secondhand Barbies, where I feel like Barbie really thrives in themed lines. I think that she's at her best when she's like historical or cultural or like fantasy. Just for me, you know, I totally get if you like the regular everyday Barbies. But I feel like Barbie is at her best when she is themed. And I think that OMGs are the opposite. For me, I like them best when they are in what could be called everyday outfits. Obviously, they're like very stylized, like they're not just shorts and a t-shirt, like they've got really cool designs, but I feel like they are at their best when they're something that I could imagine a fashionable person wearing as they're walking down the street. So for me, the superhero OMGs just like don't hit. I don't think there's multiple, but this one in particular, and like the other ones that are kind of like that, don't hit as much to me. That was a very long-winded way of saying that I'm not as big a fan of this doll. That was so much for me to say. I don't know why I'm like this. I'm gonna put her in questionable, sorry. New Year's Eve Queen, a little bit blurry, sorry, but I finally have a better opinion. I do think that this doll is really, really cute. I love her hairstyle with the headpiece that she has. I think that the, I don't know if it's like a corset or a shirt, what she's got going on there, but I think that that's really nice. The skirt is not my favorite. I don't know, I feel like something about the hem and like the mesh isn't quite matching with the rest of the outfit for me, but this coat is unbelievable. This is so like regal and so fun. I love it. So she is going to get some better ranking here. She's going to get put into cute. I'm going to run out of room. I might not be able to do all of these on one chart. Problem for later. Okay, names. Agent Glamour and then Agent Soul. Agent Glamour, I love her sunglasses. I don't know if you can quite call those sunglasses, but I think that's sick. It's super fun, super unique, very much something that I feel like fits the OMG brand. Everything else about her I'm unbelievably confused by. Like, these colors don't really feel like they match together. I like the cut of the top, and I feel like if it were with different bottoms, this whole outfit could honestly work. But the color and like the cut at the bottoms is confusing to me. I just don't understand. Like, I've said this a few times in my last video ranking the OMGs. I feel like sometimes they have dolls where every individual piece is cool and usually very quality. Like, OMGs tend to have pretty quality items, but sometimes they just do not match or they don't look like they came from the same doll. This genuinely looks like someone took the bottom half of her outfit and then like replaced it with another doll's bottom half of their outfit. I really don't like it. I think that the overall effect is quite bad. And she's going to go into absolutely not. As for Agent Soul, I don't like her still, but I like her a lot better. I have kind of the same problem where I feel like the base doll and her like two-piece set looks amazing. I don't think that this jacket goes with the rest of the outfit, with the vibe, or with the colors. So, like, if you took away the jacket, I think this would be an amazing doll. I do love the makeup, love the hair, and, like, the pieces underneath her shirt and her pants look stunning on her, and they look stunning together. Like, they do match, so that makes sense. It's just the jacket that I don't like, so I have less intense feelings about this one than the last one. But it is kind of the same problem where I just don't think that this jacket looks right. Like, it looks like it was designed for a different doll. So she is going to go into good, but not for me, I think. Because I can understand why people like her, and she's got a lot of good aspects, but just not quite there for me. Okay, then we have Tough Dude and Pink Chick. I don't remember when I said this. It was probably in some Dolls I Don't Want video whenever these dolls first came out. I don't like Grease. These are very heavily Grease-inspired dolls to me. And I think it's a weird movie. Like, I know that it's a popular movie and everything, and, like, I know that a lot of people enjoy it, but to me, the moral of the story is the girl had to change who she was to get the guy. I don't know, it has been a long time since I watched Grease, but it just gave me really weird messages when I did watch it, so not a fan of that. Trying to look at it just as a design. I like Tough Dude. Did I even say their name? Tough Dude and Pink Chick. Where am I? I'm so all over the place today. I'm sorry. I like his outfit. What did my cat just do? Alice, are you okay? I just heard a noise. I don't know if that caught on camera, like if you guys could hear the noise on the microphone, but she definitely just knocked something over. Anyway, I'm gonna rank this doll. Yeah, the outfit is fine. I think that the way the hair is styled is really, really bad. I'm sure if you wash it, it looks a lot better. But, like, this does not look good in the stock photo. Yeah, I like the heart carved into his eyebrow. But ultimately, when I look at him, I'm unhappy. So he's gonna go into absolutely not. Pink Chick is better, but she still makes me think of Grease, and so that's what I don't like, you know? I like her shoes a lot. I think that's a fun cut. I'm gonna put her in questionable, though, because, like, if I'm being honest, aside from the shoes, she's just like a pink-themed doll to me, so I'm not super enthused. I'm gonna go check on my cat really quick. I have no idea what she did. I couldn't find anything out of place, but she's okay, which is what's important. Next up we have Fly Girl and City Babe. I'm fully aware of, like, the Britney Spears reference with Fly Girl. That's standy. I don't have anything against Britney at all. I like some of her music, but, like, I'm not a #1 fan or anything like that. So it's, like, a cool reference, and I do think that it is more appropriate for the OMG brand than some of the references that they make. She's gonna go into good but not for me when I can find it. Because, like, I get it, I just don't really feel it. And then City Babe, I really want to like her. I think her hair is pretty. I think the jacket doesn't match again. And I think that the socks are a bit much. Like, I feel like the shirt, the skirt, and the boots all look good with the base doll, and then if you added, like, a different jacket, it would be really nice. But I find the overall effect to be really jarring, and, like, she just doesn't look put together to me, so she's gonna go into questionable. This is shaping up to be a much meaner video. Okay, then we have Sunset and Skate Park Cutie. Sunset I also used to have, and I did end up selling her as well. I love the base doll. I think she was so pretty. The microbraids with the beads were super, super cute, and the, like, sunset makeup was absolutely gorgeous on her. None of these pieces go together. Like, not a single one of the pieces of her outfit that she comes with goes together. And I did an unboxing for her, and I was, like, trying to be positive, and I think I was happier with her at the time than I am looking at her now. But, like, literally not a single one of these pieces goes together. I have no idea what they were doing, and so as much as it pains me, because I love the base doll so much, she's gonna go into absolutely not. Skate Park Cutie is super, super cute. I have her, I love her. The skateboard is absolutely adorable. The hair's super fun. I love the chain earrings. Is she OMG material, though? Like, does she belong up there with the grades? Honestly, I think so. I feel like this was, like, a really fun design, and I really appreciate it. Then we have Trendsetter and Miss Celebrate. Trendsetter is just not for me. It's not my aesthetic. I get it. Again, like, I understand what they're going for. I think that it's a good design for what they're going for. I just don't care for it, so she's gonna go into good but not for me eventually. Come on. And then Miss Celebrate is a doll that I didn't buy because I don't like the skirt, like, underneath the big one. Everything else I think is super, super cool about this doll. The hair color with the hairpiece is really, really pretty. Her top is gorgeous. I love the overskirt, like the big poofy part. That's awesome. So almost everything about her is wonderful. Just, she's not quite there, so she's gonna go into cute. I genuinely need the rest of these dolls to be so ugly so that I have room on this chart. Okay, we have Miss Divine and then Prism. Miss Divine, I feel like this is an unfinished character design. I feel like this is the sketch when you've been staring at it for too long and, like, you want to put in too many things. And I'm a maximalist saying this, okay? Like, I love too many things, and even I think this is over the top. I feel like if there were just a few items less or a few elements less on this doll, she would be in the OMG tier. But there is so much going on. I genuinely have no idea where to look. Like, my eyes almost hurt looking at this doll because there's so much happening. It's hard for me to focus on any one thing long enough to figure out how I feel about it. Like, I think I like the top she has on top of everything. I don't know how I feel about the skirt. I think her makeup could be cute if there was less happening everywhere else. It's just genuinely so much. I know I just said everything needed to be ugly. I promise this isn't on purpose. But she's way too much for me, so she's going to go into absolutely not. Prism, very, very similar problem. She's from the same line, and I think a lot of this line had this problem where it was just so much. I like the idea of the hair. I don't think that it matches with anything else. I love the makeup. Love the shirt. Super, super fun shirt. The belt, I don't feel like matches any of the red elements. I'm like, where did the red come from? Like, it doesn't feel quite right. I like the skirt, but I don't know if it matches the outfit. And I feel like the leggings, like, it's too much. It's too much for me again. I don't think that it's quite as bad as the last one, but it's not good, so she's going to go into questionable. Then we have Sways and Runway Diva, also from the same line. Sways is by far my favorite from this line. I have her. I think she's very cute. I have her without this jersey on, because I think that she just looks better with the outfit she has on underneath it. She's just very cute, and, like, it feels less overwhelming that way. I'm obsessed with the hairstyle and the colors. I'm obsessed with her makeup. Once you take off the jersey dress, for me, everything is perfect. I know some people like the jersey dress, and that's like dandy if you do. It's just not for me. That being said, she still looks amazing, and like I still very much enjoy having her in my collection. So she's gonna go into OMG. And then I think I said this was Runway Diva. Again, just a lot happening. Less so than some others, so that's cool. I love the edges. Not as many OMGs have edges as I feel like they should. I don't know. I just feel like it's something they can utilize more because I think that the way they do it is really, really cute. I love how long her hair is. I think that's very fun. You don't always get OMGs that have hair this long, so that's super cool. And I actually like the little like rhinestones in it. It's just kind of fun. What is killing me is her skirt, like the bubble skirt. I violently remember when I was a freshman and then maybe a sophomore also, I was convinced the only type of skirt or dress that looked good on my body for like fancy events, like I went to homecoming, was a bubble skirt. And looking back on those photos, I am ashamed and disappointed in myself. So part of this might just be an intense personal bias, but bubble skirts are like an enemy for me now. So I don't like that at all, and I don't like it enough to go ahead and pop her down into questionable as well. Alright, then we have, where did that accent come from? This is a weird video, I'm sorry. Skate what? I can't find her name. I'm just gonna call her Skate. I know that's not her name. I'm sorry. I can't. I don't know what kind of mood I'm in. It's good, like I'm in a good mood, but it's not good for filming. Slash Beauty. Very, very cute. I love mermaids, so even though she's not like a mermaid proper, she is very under the sea themed, which I really appreciate. I love all of her pieces. Like, I think she's got amazing pieces. For me, they are kind of hard to mix and match on her in like a way that I feel fully satisfied with. So she's gonna go into cute when I can get there. And then I will say for skate, figure skating is probably the sport that I'm most likely to enjoy on a doll because the costumes are always really, really beautiful. Hate the hair. I don't like this hair at all. The color I don't particularly mind. I don't think it's perfect, but like the big bun, I'm not vibing. I love the tights. I love the dress, but I'm not vibing with the hair. She's gonna go into mid. I already feel like I've been doing this forever and there's still so many to go. Alright, next up, Kix Babe and Melrose. It's not pictured here, but Kix Babe does have an amazing jacket. That's the only thing besides her hair that I like about her. Everything else, I just don't particularly care for. She's gonna go into mid. Melrose is funny because when she first came... Okay, stop laughing. Get it together. Melrose, when she first came out, I thought that I was going to like the next doll, Sketches. It's Sketches. I thought I was going to like Sketches better because they were like two dolls that released together from the BFF line. Melrose, I was sleeping on from the stock photos. As soon as I saw her in person, I was like, I have to have her. She is so cool. The shoes are a little bit weird for me. Like, they just don't quite look right. Everything else is absolutely amazing. Every piece of her outfit is so fun. Very mix and matchable with like other restyles too. Her makeup is like little snakes for eyeliner. Incredible. And her hair is so pretty. She is going to go into OMG despite me not being obsessed with the shoes because everything else is so good. Okay, then we have Sketches and Prince B, and I have been on a roller coaster of emotion with Sketches. When we first got like a blurry image of her kind of leaked online, I thought she was going to be my favorite. I love the hair colors, like the blend is so pretty. Then I saw the actual stock photo and I was like, maybe not. I don't know. I love the base doll, and I actually really, really love this dress that she has. Her shoes are okay. I think the jacket's really ugly. I think she comes with one other piece that I don't like, that I can't remember off the top of my head. I wanted so badly to like her, and she ended up disappointing me, so this might be personal, but she's going to go into mid. And then Prince B. I know he is many people's favorite OMG boy, and I do think that he is a very, very good design. Again, not quite enough for me to want to buy him. I have yet to have that feeling with an OMG boy, but I do think his design is absolutely amazing. I love the shirt. I love the belt that he's got on. The pants are super cool. The shoes are iffy to me. I feel like for some reason, sometimes OMG shoes are really just very basic. Like, they have less painted detail. I'm not saying there's none. Like, I understand it could be worse. But I think it's because they're paired with such unbelievably detailed outfits that the shoes kind of stand out in a bad way to me. He's still going to go into cute, though, because I think this is a very solid design. No other doll can be cute. I'm literally out of room. All right. I did it again. Stop. Rain. Focus. Okay. Immediately forgot the names. Miss Sunday and Missy Frost. I have to make it through this video. What's going on? Okay. Miss Sunday. She's okay. I don't know. That's pretty much it. Like, I get the vibes they're going for, but I don't think that it works. I think she's gonna go into mid when I can get there. Missy Frost, if you've been here since last year, you will know that I bought Missy Frost. I was very excited about her, and the unboxing was awful. She has a lot of gimmicks, and I like the concepts of them, but I think the execution kind of makes it hard to dress her at all. I can't even imagine how difficult it would be for a kid to play with her. I love her hair, but it is the metallic nylon, so it's very difficult to deal with. So, like, it's pretty, but it's difficult. I did end up selling her because, again, I just had such a bad experience that I didn't want to deal with it anymore. So this is for very personal reasons. I ranked her as one of my worst dolls last year because I had such a bad time with her. It's probably unfair, but I had such high hopes and I was so excited, and then I was so crushed. And I'm still not over that emotional upheaval. So she's going to go into absolutely not because of that. Because she injured me emotionally. Okay, La Rose and Lady Braids. La Rose is from the same, like, line as Missy Frost. So even though I think she's cute, I never bought her. I know a lot of you guys said that she was a much more pleasant experience than Missy Frost. But, like, I was so scared that I couldn't buy her even though I think she's cute. Because I literally am, like, so scarred from what happened with Missy Frost. So, like, I get it. I even think that I'm going to rank her in cute, even though I don't have any room. I love her strawberry earrings. Like, I want to like her so bad, and I think she's so cute, but I'm so scared to buy her. So, she's going to go into cute. Lady Braids. I don't know. I was more excited for her when I saw stock photos than I was when I saw her in person. Like, once I saw her in person, I was like, this is kind of a lot happening. Her hair is amazing. I love the makeup. I always love the makeup with OMGs. I like a lot of things about the outfit. Frankly, I think it's just that I wish it didn't look like denim. That's my problem. Like, if this were a different material, I think I would be obsessed, but I'm just not here for that material. I think she's going to go ahead and go into mid. Because, like, if I can pretend it's not denim, she would be ranked higher, but... Alrighty, next up we have Twist Queen and Styles. Twist Queen is another one that I wanted to like. I think her hair is very pretty. I love the butterfly clips. Y'all know I love butterflies here. I even think her shirt is fine, and I don't mind the cut of the pants, but the colors are very confusing to me. I feel like from the waist up, she has one cohesive color palette that is very cute, and then they just destroyed it with these pants. Like, the pink doesn't match. It really bothers me. Like, it doesn't look right. I feel like it would have been really cool to pull out some of this, like, light green color in the pants. Like, that would have been interesting. Or even, like, just a blue. Like, it's more blue kind of in here in her hair. I feel like there's so many colors in her hair you could have picked, and instead you picked a pink that's nowhere else on the doll. I'm yelling now. I'm upset. She's going to go to questionable. And then, what did I call her? Styles? Yes, Styles. Love the hairstyle. Love the makeup. I like the dress she has on underneath. I have no idea what is happening with this, like, plaid overskirt thing. The boots belong to a different doll. I'm convinced. I'm sorry. Honestly, even the dress belongs to a different doll. Like, I think this is a prime example of most of the pieces being really, really beautiful, but then you put them all together and it's like, this is literally 4 different dolls, and you mix and match their clothing into this. The base doll is stunning. I love her. I think she's very interesting and very pretty. And I like the dress. And I think the shoes would have been great on one of the OMG's winter dolls. I could do without the overskirt. But like when you put it all together, to me, it's not something that belongs together. I'm so confused. I feel so bad, but she's gonna go into absolutely not. All right, then we have Sachet and Court Cutie. Sachet, I have no idea what's going on under this dress, because presumably there's something happening under there. Also, sorry again for the quality. I love the design of the dress. I think that the almost disco ball-like pattern to it is really pretty, and I'm sure that in person it reflects the light so beautifully. Everything else about her I find very boring. I don't know, honestly, okay, I'm not a pink hater, like, I like pink. I used to have my hair dyed pink before I had this channel, like, I have no problem with pink. But I think that there are so many pink-themed dolls because little girls love pink, right? Like the stereotype. So I think that when I see a pink doll, unless she's just absolutely amazing, I'm kind of like, yeah, been there, done that. Like, I enjoy I can't tell if it's a dress or a coat. I like this outer piece she has on. That's the only thing that stands out to me in any way. Otherwise, I'm like, yeah, okay, she's a pink doll. Like, there's 30,000 pink dolls. I'm getting meaner as this video goes on. I think I'm going to put her into mid when I can get to mid. And then Court Cutie. Again, I just don't care for sports dolls. Her makeup's cute. I guess the tennis racket is pretty cute. Honestly, I think she's better than some of the other sports dolls. I'm going to go ahead and put her into good, but not for me, because I still would never buy it, but I think I understand her a little bit better than I understand the others. Okay, Sparkle Star and Golden Hearts. Why do I feel like these look so similar? I did not intend to put these on the same layer, like this was completely accidental. But tell me that this is not the same character in different fonts. They both have the crop top and the bike shorts. Both of the bike shorts have a fishnet element. They both have a jacket on top. They both have, like, space bun sort of hairstyles with accessories in them. Even, like, the purples that they have are kind of similar. What is... Hold on. I didn't even notice this prepping for this video. Like, I'm having this realization live. What? Wow. That's super bizarre. Anyway, Sparkle Star, I'm going to put into questionable because, like, I don't get it. And also, I think she's supposed to be basketball themed, and I feel like she's less well themed than the other sports dolls. And Golden Hearts, I actually really actively dislike. Like, everything about her I'm so confused by, and I just don't enjoy it. So she's going to go into absolutely not. I'm kind of sad that this video is taking a negative turn and, like, the rankings are kind of poor. But also, it's kind of better because they wouldn't fit on screen if they weren't. Okay, we're finally, like, getting close to done. Then we have Western Cutie and Switches. Western Cutie, I really love her box art. I don't think that the pants match the art on the box, and that's what kills it for me, because, like, I was so ready to love this doll. I've mentioned this a few times, but my mom is from Texas, and so whenever I see, like, a cowboy kind of themed doll, it makes me laugh and think about her. And so I was ready to get her, like, because of that. But I think that the pants do not look right with, like, the rest of the outfit. Or maybe it's this shirt underneath, like, the undershirt doesn't quite match. I don't know. Something's not quite there. She is going to go into good, but not for me, though, because, frankly, if you love this doll, I would understand you saying that. Just have to get there eventually. Switches, every time I'm in the doll aisle, I'm like, do I want her? And I can't decide. I think her outfit is stunning. I think her hair is really, really fun. I think her makeup's beautiful. So what is it? I don't know. I have no idea what is preventing me from buying her. Like, I literally don't get it, but for some reason I hesitate. So she's going to go into cute, even though I don't have any room left in cute. Okay, then we have Sunrise and Bubblegum DJ. Sunrise is another one that I think about all the time. I'm like, oh, do I want her? I think her hair is so pretty. I love these colors for her. The shoes are okay. I think the belt is probably my least favorite part of this design. And the sad thing is that my favorite part of her design is covered up by this, like, wrap top. I know you could take it off, but I think her shirt underneath is just mesh. So then I feel like I don't have, like, a complete shirt for her, you know? But the shorts she has on underneath are really cute and flowy and tie-dyed and beautiful. And I just can't see them enough. I think she's going to go into good, but not for me. Because even though I want to buy her and I think about it all the time, I know that I'll regret it because she doesn't have, or like I can't see my favorite part. And then Bubblegum DJ, I feel like I've said this 1,000 times throughout this video. I like her a lot. I like all of her elements. I'm confused about them together. Her hair is some of my favorite hair in like the OMG lineup. I think the blend is so cool. The colors are so fun. I even think that the skirt matches with this. I don't get the perler bead bows. Like, I don't know. I feel like they would be great on another character, but just don't quite match her. The shoes and the leg warmers I can get behind. The shirt I think is what's throwing me off the most. I like the idea of it, but like something about it just feels kind of off. I don't know why. She's gonna go into mid. Alright, then we have Stellar Girl and Dr. Hearts. Stellar Girl is one that I want to get for sure when she goes on sale. Like, I'm hoping for a really, really good sale, because I think she's got a lot of really cool pieces, but I don't like her enough to pay the price point. She's one that comes with like a ton of extra pieces, so she's like much more expensive. And I would love to have some of them for restyles, but like I'm just not shelling out full price. I would love to pay, like I would love to get her on clearance for like $20. I think she's fine, but obviously, yeah, I don't like her like enough. I think, oh god, I think she needs to go in cute, and I'm gonna have to start like doubling up here. Don't be upset, but I'm gonna put her like at the front of cute, kind of on top of a couple of the other ones. Dr. Heart, I feel personally victimized by. She's pretty new. I think she's available now. And she comes with like a vet playset that I was actually very excited about before we got better pictures of it. Those of you who have seen pretty much any video of mine know that I love cats. I literally had to check on my cat earlier this video. And the vet playset doesn't come with cat. So, immediately no. I know that's dramatic. I cannot explain to you how much I love cats. Like, it's unreasonable. And the fact that it's a whole vet playset and you get a dog and a hamster, but no cat, is absolutely egregious to me. She's gonna go all the way down in questionable. I'm gonna be nice, just because I like animals in general, and not put her in absolutely not. But I do feel personally victimized. Now we're finally on to Series 8, the last stock photos that we have. Whew, almost done here. Wildflower, I think, looks really pretty. I have a feeling I'm going to like her more once I can see her in person. Like, she has a very, very light color palette, so I think that the white of the stock photo is actually probably not doing her any favors, and I think that I'm going to love her even more when I see her in person. For now, she is going to go into cute, but I have very high hopes for her. And then Jams here. Did I even say their names? I don't know. Wildflower was the one I just shrunk down. This is Jams. I love everything about Jams. I understand that this dress is probably a very acquired taste, and I understand that a lot of people probably aren't going to like her. That's fine. You know, you are entitled to your own opinion. But I think this is an example of like mixing stuff and kind of being a little bit chaotic in a good way. I feel like the colors work together. I feel like they make sense. It's like just on that line of being weird and too much for me. But instead of crossing it, they're like right there and it's perfect. She's going to go into OMG. I really, really want to buy her. And then last layer, we have Pose and then Victory. Pose, I think, is very pretty. I feel like this color of hair on her is gorgeous. Her style is not one that speaks to me, so I probably won't get her just because, like, she's not really my style. But I do think it's an amazing design, like, from an objective standpoint. So I am going to pop her into good but not for me in a moment here. And then Victory, number 1 from Series 8. I'm so excited for her. The colors are so fun. The outfit is so fun. Like, I need to see her in person immediately. I need her in my hands literally right now. I'm so excited for her. So she's obviously going to pop up into OMG. Have I been saying perfect? Usually the top tier is perfect for my rankings. Have I been saying that wrong? My bad. Anyway, though, this is finally the whole ranking. We just barely fit all of the dolls. Like, cute is literally overflowing, but just barely managed to get them all on one chart, which is good because I really, really wanted to be able to do this for you guys so you could, like, have the whole ranking all together. It still is fairly positive, but definitely...
Okay, so my camera cut out in the middle of my sentence, but like it cut out before it notified me that it cut out. So there's a huge chunk of me talking that's just missing because I didn't realize how much I needed to say. I don't know if that makes sense. So I'm just doing a voiceover. Hi. Again, the most chaotic video possible. What is happening today? So what I was saying is that I was a little bit harsher today. Like the OMGs that we had to look through were just a little bit rougher today, in my opinion. I think that for me, after the remix line, OMG kind of entered more of a slump. I liked a lot fewer of their dolls after that line. But on the bright side, I do think that we're definitely in an upswing. The color change line, even though I haven't bought any from that line, I do think that it was pretty good. And then Series 8, I'm really, really excited for. Even the dolls that I don't actively want to buy, I think have really good designs. So yeah, I think OMG had like a bit of a slump, hence why there was some more negative rankings in this video. But I do think they're on the way up, so I'm kind of excited to see what they come out with next.
So yes, guys, that is going to be it for today. Sorry for the millionth time about my energy this video. Like, I feel as though I was all over the place, and it wasn't intentional. I have no idea. Maybe this is just, I finally don't have a headache again. So that might be it. Maybe I'm just so elated that I don't have a headache that, like, all of the energy I've been missing for the past week and a half coming out all in one video. But it's positive energy, so I hope it was okay for you guys. Like I said, did I say? I didn't even say this before. I am a disaster today, but like in the best way. It's fine. I would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on these dolls in the comments down below. You don't have to do a full ranking because I know this is a lot of dolls to get through, but like if you want to give me your highlights and like your lowlights, I guess, that is dandy. I would love to hear your thoughts. But yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. I promise next time I'll be a like more subdued level of happiness. Like I'll be happy, but I'll be a little calm. But yeah, that is it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day or your night or whatever it might be, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.